the first expectation of setting up a great event is the invite.
Listen,
we are laughing.
The invite.
We are laughing because we have gotten invites where I go, what the is this?
We don't know.
What are we going to do there? Is there going to be food there?
Can't tell
you. What do I wear?
Not sure.
Location is even undisclosed.
Unsure.
Until you say yes. And I'm like, but what am I saying yes to? Lunch and friends. What does that mean and why is that important to me? Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast. We have a really fun episode for you today that we're thinking might stick. We'll find out. But this is a podcast that I have been wanting to do for a really, really long time because I do a lot of interviews and I have been wanting to bring on people or somebody that knows me really well, somebody that I love having conversations with, to be able to have like these real behind the scenes conversations of like what is going on, what we're actually doing in the business, how we feel about certain topics, how the industry is changing, just all of these different things. And instead of doing so many interviews, we've actually learned that on my podcast, on this podcast that you're listening to, that people, this feels weird to say, but people actually like hearing from the podcast host, which is myself. And if you're wondering why I'm talking in a weird like phrase right or like in a weird way, it's because I have somebody sitting here with me and it is my brand coordinator, Kayleigh McNaughton. And I'm so excited to be sitting here with you because we're going to do a really fun podcast together where we're just starting with some different things that her and I feel like are topics that are maybe people in our audience are consistently interested in. Or we're finding sometimes it's really challenging to truly show and talk about the behind the scenes of what is actually going on in day-to-day life, in founder life. What's it like to build Glossy? What's it like to build social media? What's it like to be in our personal brands?
Yeah.
What's it like to literally work together, work out together, and then go to sushi together?
All the things.
Like what is it like? I will just say, you are about to be immersed with two people who are very alike, who have both gotten hand tattoos together and probably too many ear piercings. So there's going to be multiple ranges of what we talk about, but I'm really excited for these episodes. We're hoping that they stick. We're hoping that we have time to do them, that you guys give us enough topics to be able to do. And welcome to what we are calling right now. This may or may not stick. We just named it 30 seconds before this. But welcome to an episode of BTS, which is behind the scenes or bullshit they say. So
it works both ways.
It's going to be whatever it is. So Kayleigh, how are you feeling about being on the other side of the camera right now?
Oh, it feels so weird.
Yeah, I was going to say you are like, it's funny because you are, I feel like you're absolutely someone who like can carry on a conversation, a show. You could literally, I feel like, what did you do? You were in drama?
Just a touch.
Yeah.
I do feel like I would love a reality show.
Well, then welcome to your...
Thank you so much.
Welcome to your Bravo reality show.
We could do a tagline.
Which I am going to say, I am putting this out there that I would actually love to be on a reality show or have one.
I think you could do both.
Well, we have a show in mind.
We do have a show in mind. I think
Should we say it? No, if someone takes it, then go them.
Okay, this is where we differ because you don't gatekeep and sometimes I do.
It will be a really good show. Maybe we don't give them the name.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, give the concept really quick, but don't share the name because I do think we need to lock that in. Okay, so of all of the things that we're doing right now in our fantasy land of like when we are having really hard times, we escape with sometimes picturing, having a reality show and how fun that would be. But we all know this would bring its own set of problems. But I think it'd be so fun to go to either different stores, different restaurants. This started with restaurants for me. Yeah.
And I always go to these different places where I feel like, I'm like, man, there's just a couple things that they could do in here that would completely change the vibe and I know would bring customers immediately. And so for me, every time I walk in a store or a restaurant, I'm like, God, I would love to come and film this and be like, look, we just did like a checklist essentially.
Yeah.
And like, essentially like we're feeling out the vibe. We're looking at what this how it feels to be a customer. Where are you sitting? What's the flow? How are the people at the front desk? Like, how did everything go for you? And we're going down this essentially like a checklist of what did they do well? What didn't they do well? What are these small tweaks that we could do that we believe could completely flip this business? And I feel like it'd be so fun to walk through the process of going through these places that are struggling, but have a lot of potential. And I think what happens is a lot of business owners, they're not people who are super about the, like, they love the concept of the business, but they don't understand what really makes people feel a certain kind of way and what makes something really somewhere that people want to be. What makes the vibe? Like, what makes somewhere vibey?
Are you asking me?
No.
You're just, Well, there's nothing worse than when you're sitting in a restaurant and you're like, so glad I'm eating underneath this picture of like a man out to fish, you know?
Yes.
And then it's just a weird vibe. I don't know.
Or like when the light is like, we've been in restaurants where the light is like literally shining down in your eyes. And you're like, why did they not have somebody sit in every booth and go, what's the vibe from where you're sitting?
Right. No, I literally was going to drop a name of a restaurant that's local. And I literally had to shield my eyes the whole dinner.
Yes.
Because the light's just right there. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do on this episode is outside of pitch different reality show ideas.
We've got a plethora.
But real quick, I do need to know if you could be on one reality show, what would it be?
I don't know. You can't ask me.
Would it be Below Deck?
I mean, listen, I would love
Housewives
to be a charter guest on Below Deck. I would love to be on Housewives at some point. Also, there's a show called Traitors right now.
Haven't seen it.
Okay, I think you should. They just dropped a new season. But it's about lying. And I don't lie to you, but listen, I think I do really well.
You can do well. Great. This is great.
Anyway.
I think I'd crush this show about lying, but we're fine.
I've totally never lied.
Good.
But I had to shake every day today.
No worries. Okay, so what we wanted to do is we have been talking a lot on social media. A lot of our posts on rich girl rules have been popping off. And I think it hits a chord because I think that we all have this version of us that we know we want to be. Like, it's almost like these standards for ourselves that we know are going to help us live into whatever rich girl means to you. And I really loved when we have been like starting to use that languaging in those posts because it's kind of polarizing, right?
Yeah.
Like the word rich girl, it's so funny because it's speaking specifically to an audience. Like, I resonate with it really deeply. I know some people are like, ew. And I'm good with that though.
Yeah. Well, I think that you can't have posts that everyone agree with.
No, or you're just going to disappear.
And I feel like rich girl's up for interpretation.
So do I. Like, what do you think when you think rich girl and you see that, meaning like just on social media in general, what does that encompass to you?
Well, I mean, I think it reminds me of the clean girl aesthetic when that came out. And it was like this vibe or this like feeling of what you want. And I think rich girl gives the same thing for at least me.
No, I agree. It's weird how some words, and I think that's where like, I think that's people with a really strong brand where it comes in. You're like, whoa, those two words like encompasses a lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you have to be rich to like get this.
Yeah, like clean girl. I really don't embody all of that, but I want to.
Right.
And like I picture all of it immediately when I hear those words. I'm like, oh yeah, that's inspiring. That's what I would love to be.
100%. I'm
going to adopt that and I'm going to work on that, but I probably
and you don't have to take all the pieces of it.
Right.
You can have what feels right for you.
Okay, so we have rich girl rules for networking, essentially for like 7-figure networking.
Yep.
And this is really about, I wanted to share all of the different ways that I have been able to grow income and grow network through the years. And so this is based off of some of our posts.
Yeah. Okay, so rule number 1 is pay for proximity. So when did you first realize that paying for proximity was the fastest way to grow?
Okay, let me think back. I think the very first time was way back. I was going to say in network marketing, but I realized that I paid for my first coach and it was a fitness coach. And I remember we did not have a lot of money. This was like we've been talking a lot about this, the 2008 recession. And Chris had said to me this horrible phrase, which I love him for it now, but he was like, you need to figure out like what you're doing with this little expensive hobby of yours.
Perfect.
Because we love that from him. And because at the time it was a little expensive hobby, but I knew where it was going in my head and my vision. But to him, when we didn't really have the money, and if I'm like paying for these different things to do these fitness competitions, which is, I knew that the fitness competitions would hopefully get fitness covers, which would hopefully start this fitness business. But I knew that I wanted to coach with the best of the best, because I didn't even understand this. I had never done this before. This wasn't meaning I had never like knew to pay for a coach. I had never thought about coaching. But once I found the vehicle, like once you find something that really lights you up, I was like, fitness is the vehicle. I already understand it. It's kind of transformed my life.
Yeah.
I know that I don't want to waste time. Yeah. I think when your back is up against the wall and time is of the essence, that might sound counterintuitive, but it was also the time where I'm like, I don't want to waste time. I don't want to cut corners. I want to go coach with the best.
Yeah.
Who is coaching the winners. So I found a woman who was coaching the winners. I actually found her through MTV True Life. And it was, I want to be a fitness competitor.
Okay, that's great.
I know. And I was watching MTV and I was like, I want to coach with her, because she took a no-name like doctor who like did not look like, she wasn't ready for a fitness competition. She never worked out.
Yeah.
And this woman's like, well, I'm the best coach. I'm going to turn you into one in this amount of time. And she did. And I was like, if she can do that for that woman and I'm already on my way, like what could she do for me?
Yeah.
So I took it was probably only like my third or fourth airplane ride ever. And I'd never taken one by myself ever.
Wait, how old were you?
26. Maybe it was like my fifth or sixth or something. But it was I hardly
it was like
ever traveled, and I've never traveled alone in my entire life. So I traveled out to Boston and paid a bunch of money to go stay for the weekend. And I had this realization of what it did. It like collapsed time. It did all of the things that we are about to talk about in here.
Yeah.
And I never looked back.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I feel like when you pick someone who's already done it, and they're a professional at it.
Yeah, totally. So tell me, although I would love to hear from you, do you have an experience in your life where you have either paid for a coach, a mentor, a college course, something that you were like, this is like, there's no other way to life rather than like paying for figuring out how to do it?
Yeah. I'll give you an example. Well, mine's similar in the sense. So I mean, you know this, but I was like on a huge weight loss journey at one point. But it started with this girl I found on Instagram. Her name's Tessa. She's the best.
Go Tessa. We love you. We talk. If you ever hear this, we talk about you a lot.
We love Tessa. But I found her, and I don't know. I'd been trying to do it my whole life, like by myself, and it just was very inconsistent. And for some reason, I just felt very called to her. She just felt like the exact person that I would connect with, and also knew exactly what she was doing and whatever. And her price was like a little outside of what I would ever pay for, ever, especially since I was paying for all of my own things.
Yeah.
And it was the first big investment I've ever made.
Into yourself.
Into myself. And it was like, we'll see if this works.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it does. But also, I think it was like paying for her knowledge. Like, I could just show up. I didn't have to think about what weights to use. I didn't have to think about a program. I didn't have to think about anything else. I just showed up. She had all the knowledge and expertise. And then I obviously learned it all through that. And the accountability piece.
Yeah.
Which I think is like huge.
So how much weight did you lose with her?
Over the span of a couple of years, probably like 3 or 4 years, I lost 70, 80 pounds.
Yeah. It's like a crazy transformation.
Yeah. And it just stuck like after that. Like everything was just ingrained in that. And I owe a lot of that to her.
Well, so much of that people don't even realize. Like if you think of how much time you were spending with Tessa.
Yeah.
Probably more than you spent with any friends.
No, yeah. I would work and then I would go hang out with her. And by hang out, I mean I would work out with.
So legitimately, you become who you're around the most.
Right.
So when I trained people, it was like, okay, the people who I see 3-4 times a week, like I saw them more than anyone else saw them.
Yeah.
So they were picking up more of my habits, good or bad, like whatever it was that we were talking about. Like if it's crazy because I think that's how when you look back with Tessa, you probably felt really close to her because you're spending time. She's a great influence on you. You're feeling good when you leave. Mm-hmm. Like when I was a trainer, my clients always felt really close to me. I felt close to them too.
Yeah.
But what happens is you are becoming like your environment.
Oh, literally.
You are who you're around the most. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because we've had people, and I told you this, but when people come work for us, they tend to like get in better shape or lose weight or whatever that looks like because we spend the most time with them and it's our lifestyle. And it's kind of like, we want those people to be living at their like max capacity for what feels great for them. And we know if you're eating crap and you don't feel good and you're not moving, you're not doing great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when, I think I told you this, but we went up to Dan Martell's.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
But I love this story.
I actually love it.
It makes me nervous how much you love it.
I want to get the balls to do it. Like, which we kind of do this. Wait, I love this for us.
Oh God.
We already do this.
We do already do this. I'll go back to what I was going to say.
We're kind of badass. We'll share a lot more about how, great we are. I'm just kidding.
No, she's not. We will.
We will, but it's because we want you to have these same like standards for yourself. Yeah. And I love that I get to work with you because you are such a let's try it person.
I'm a yeah, sure girl.
You're a yeah, sure girl. But it's like, I'm not going to ask you to do things that I don't think would absolutely benefit you. I would never ask you to do things.
You've also never asked me to do anything that you wouldn't do yourself.
Right. That's true. What I don't already do or want to be doing. The dogs just came in, you guys. It's a big,
really important.
Bananas and bonkers. It's just, they're here to be pet right now in the middle of this. So at Dan Martell's, he has an actual rule where like you can't work there unless you meal prep.
Yeah.
Like, and people stay on top of it. Like, and we just incorporated. Well, what we do is I ask Kayleigh like because I know you have major
I do.
Health and fitness goals. And if I didn't know how important those were to you, I would never hold you to this standard.
Yeah.
But I know how important they are to you. And so they're important to me because that's like being your best self. And when you're your best self, it's like, it's life-changing for everyone. It's like life-changing for all of us to be around. And it's just such a fun thing to be a part of. So you're like this week we wrote on our board, we have a board, which I won't tell you too much about yet, but it's called our burning goals board.
It's a goals list.
It's a goals list with
a very serious goals list.
A serious, like if we don't hit it, there's some cautionary tales. There's some things we have to do that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
So with that, and those, who knows if they'll change, but we have one right now that we really don't want to do. And so on there you have like right now, it's like, you want to do a shake a day. You want to be, like prepping your food. We're going to get that more down
for sure. But I feel like
we're starting with
New Year. You got to start at the top.
We're starting with a shake a day.
Like,
because you want to just like be like, okay, let's get this all on track. We have a lot of other stuff on there, but we didn't put personal goals on there before, but we are now because we know how important those personal goals are to us actually showing up for the work goals as well. So paying for proximity. I mean, this is all about proximity and all about environment. So if you guys don't have the environment we just talked about, like you will most likely need to pay for a trainer, pay for, and that was like, in the grand scheme, that might have felt high at the time.
I would do it 100 times over.
100 times, because I bet you got so much ROI on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. My whole life changed.
What changed for you?
The way I think about my relationship with my body, the way I look at food and exercise. And she was great too, because it wasn't just like, do this to lose the weight. It was very much like the whole journey, right? Like, love yourself through every phase of it, and also learn what you need to learn about yourself, and like take into account how you are during certain times of the year, or how you act when you're on certain food, eat certain foods and things like that. So it's just like all the knowledge that I ever needed.
So she was like super holistic. Like, let's look at this from a whole life
thing. And she like genuinely cared about me and where I was at. And like my journey was so different than her next client's journey, and it never felt like it was just a one size fits all thing. It was very tailored to me, which I feel like a lot of times when you pay for specific rooms like that, it can be.
Yeah, for sure. Is Tessa in Pasadena still? Is she still training?
Nearby, Burbank. Yeah.
If you're in Burbank.
I know. She's growing.
Yeah. What's Tessa's last name?
Her Instagram's Tessa Ray. Oh gosh, Reyes Benz. But she's grown her whole program.
Okay, we love this.
I know, we love her.
Go check her out if you're in the area or if you want to go check it out. Because clearly I am so grateful and reaping the benefits of all of her hard work, personal development, and all the things that went into you. So that's so exciting for me.
Okay, so kind of with that though, I feel like there are people who are just like afraid to pay to be in those rooms or to be in masterminds where they think they need to grow. Why do you feel like people are so terrified to invest in that?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I think if we're talking about paying first, which we can talk about paying, then just talking about getting in them in general.
Sure.
I think people are afraid that they won't get an ROI on their investment. And so this is also a big part of why you have to change the way you think about even your belief in yourself. Mm-hmm. Because like if you were afraid of paying Tessa, it's because there's a part of you that doesn't believe you're going to follow through.
Totally. Oh, wait, literally you feel like you're going to waste your money.
Yes, you're going to waste your money because you may not show up. And I would say sometimes when you pay more, you show up. When you pay a lot, you pay attention. When you pay a lot, you pay a lot of attention. When you pay a little, you pay a little attention.
100%.
And so this is why looking at my story and your story, you were like, she was a little out of my range.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you went with someone who was $20 a session, how many times would you have canceled?
No, I literally never canceled once.
Exactly.
Because I was like, I'm not wasting my money.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, I mean, you and I know this right now. We have some stuff on the board that it's like, we might have to waste some money. And you and I both, as a core value, don't like wasting money.
Yeah.
We like putting it towards things that mean a lot to us. And what we would have to do doesn't mean a lot to us. So we don't like wasting money. And so I think that is a big belief of going, oh, number one, maybe I'm still only investing in things where I'm giving myself a way out. Mm-hmm. Like when you invest a lot, you're kind of burning the boats. You're saying like, I'm either going to make this work or I'm losing this cash.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. And I know sometimes, even people who are like, oh yeah, I invested in Planet Fitness or whatever. No offense to Planet Fitness, but it's like known to be a lower price. And they're like, I don't go. I'm like, well, how about that lifetime membership that costs a shit ton? No, that you're like, seriously. No, I'm going because I can't waste this. So I think it's really like it's facing off with yourself going, what accountability do I need in order to show up in that room? The other side of it is I think people are afraid to go in these rooms because they don't believe they fit in yet and they don't believe they're going to have value. And, I've gone into so many big rooms where I'm like, oh my God, I'm the smallest fish in the room. I feel like nobody is interested in me. No one's paying attention. This is like what you want because you don't want to go into a room where you're the biggest fish. Why did you pay for it? You could have put the room on by yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to go into a room where you're not going to be completely challenged and it's not going to be your training camp. Yeah. Like you are like wanting to join the NFL and you want to go and get trained. Like you want to go and get better. You want a coach who is like the best coach who you're going to grow. And you don't want to just go to practice and have it feel like you didn't learn anything. Yeah. You don't want to go be playing in, I don't know, JV or whatever. If JV's football, I don't even know.
I think that's right.
But you literally want to make sure that you feel that way, that you are going to grow your capacity, that you're going to be stretched. That's how you're going to get them. When people feel that way, I'm like, okay, well, you're going to get the most value of anybody out of the whole year because you get to walk in the room and you get to sit there and go, yeah, I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm watching how much I don't want to raise my hand and I'm going to make myself raise my hand. Like, when you take a room where you are uncomfortable and you decide to show up different, and that's the goal. You need a room where you get to actually practice showing up as a different version of yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you're comfortable, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to realize that when you're terrified of it, that's going to be your biggest growth spot. Like I used to always say, like fear literally marks the spot of all of your blessings, all of them.
Okay. But did any opportunities change for you?
Okay. This is where it started getting really fun is when you go into these higher net worth rooms. You guys, for example, some of you are like, yeah, but how do you find them? I didn't go into these right away. Sometimes my version of a high net worth room was a podcast because I couldn't afford it. Sometimes my version of that was being in people's courses who were making a lot of money and teaching how to do that. Sometimes it was when I finally could pay for some of their coaching or whatever that looked like. But when I finally did actually get in the room and started going to masterminds and events, what happens is a whole other level starts to unlock, because you have now like energetically showed up through not only being in person in a room and getting the courage to get on a plane or go walk into that room that intimidates you. So you're already showing that you are like like you're saying, I'm in, I'm raising my hand. I'm serious about growth. I'm serious about wanting to show up. So already you're qualified in that room to the other high net worth people or other people who have committed to the same goal as you. And you're raising your hand and saying, hey, I'm serious. Like, I really want to do this. I've put the money down. I am showing up. I'm uncomfortable in this room. And what happens is all of those people have great networks and they're all very committed. You're all very committed to the same thing, which is growth, which is making money, which is to growing business. And it's kind of like a room that pre-qualifies you. So now everyone, instead of fishing outside of that room for what they need, whether it's a hire or whether it's a partner or whether it's information or whether it's someone, like I said, they want to partner with, they're going to look inside that room, because you're creating a network by saying everyone's voluntarily putting themselves in the same like pot, saying I'm someone who is going to take this really serious. So with that, the opportunities start opening up where, let's say, I met Lindsay. I met Lindsay earlier on networking with our network marketing company, but I like reconnected with her at a mastermind that I was actually speaking at and she was an attendee at. And what ended up happening is I was like, whoa, she's really serious about her growth. Like, she paid for this mastermind. I'm speaking at this mastermind. I'm really serious about mine. I was like, I want to talk to her about something, like about some events that we want to be doing. Yeah. And so what happens is if you have events or you have something that you want to do, you're going to talk to the person who is already investing in growth. And so, I met Jenna Kutcher at a mastermind, at Lewis Howe's Mastermind.
Interesting.
And so it's like, you're going to find these people. I met Jasmine Starr at Lewis Howe's Mastermind. Yeah. So you find all of these opportunities, these friends. If they have events, now all of a sudden you're speaking there. If they have a podcast, now all of a sudden you're on the podcast. Like I would have never gotten those opportunities if I hadn't been like, damn, we just paid $50,000 for this mastermind. Now all of a sudden you're meeting these people who are serious, and you're like, if you hit it off with them, you're all of a sudden on their podcast that you would have never gotten that opportunity before.
Totally. Well, you make the connections and you all want to be there to like grow or get better or
scale. Totally. 2026 is the year that you launch your business. It's the year that you've become the boss, you become the leader. That idea that you have that has been eating at you forever, that just will not leave you alone, is going to come to life. Maybe it's something that someone tells you should always sell, or a store you've already designed in your head. And with Shopify, 2026 is when you finally make it happen. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made this leap from household name to first-time business owners just getting started. You guys, I use Shopify for Glossy, and I remember when they sent me my little shopping bag celebrating my 10,000 sales, and I literally cried because I was so scared to take the leap, and I'm so glad that I did and that I use Shopify. It gives you all the tools to easily build your dream store. You can choose from hundreds of beautiful templates that you can customize to match your brand. Setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools that write product descriptions and headlines and help you edit photos. So marketing is built in too. You can create email and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they scroll. So as you grow, Shopify grows with you. You can handle more orders, expand to new markets, and do it all from the same dashboard. In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/happy. Go to shopify.com/happy. That's shopify.com/happy. Hear your first cha-ching this new year with Shopify by your side. There are so many challenges to business that I don't want starting to be one of them for you. And when you want more, when you're starting a business, you need Northwest Registered Agent, because you get access to thousands of free guides, tools and legal forms to help you launch and protect your business. And it's all in one place. You can build your complete business identity with Northwest today. Northwest Registered Agent has been helping small business owners and entrepreneurs launch and grow business for nearly 30 years. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in the U.S. with over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know your local laws and can help you and your business every step of the way. You can sign up for free account to begin managing your business hub with lawyer drafted operating agreements, bylaws, resolutions, membership certificates, bills of sale, and more at no cost. Northwest makes life easy for business owners. They don't just help you form your business, they give you the free tools you need after you form it, like operating agreements, meeting minutes, and thousands of how-to guides that explain the complicated ins and outs of running a business. And let me tell you, this is life-changing because I had no idea how much went into this. So don't wait, protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/earn free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/earn free. Are you ready to take your business marketing to the next level? Meet Brevo, the all-in-one marketing and CRM platform built to help you connect with customers, boost engagement, and grow your business smarter. With Brevo, you can manage all your customer interactions in one place, nurture leads with their built-in CRM, reach your audience through email and SMS, and keep them coming back with powerful automations. But here's where it gets really exciting. Meet Aura, Brevo's AI assistant. Aura helps you craft smarter campaigns by suggesting personalized content, optimizing send times, and even analyzing performance data to help you improve your strategy in real time. It's like having a marketing expert on your team 24/7. And of course, Brevo offers advanced analytics, seamless integrations, and AI-driven personalization, everything you need to create multi-channel campaigns that hit the mark every time. Get started for free today or use code HAPPY50 to save 50% on starter and standard plans for the first 3 months for an annual subscription. Just head to www.brevo.com/happy and take your marketing further with Brevo and Aura.
Okay, so rule number 3, coming off of rule number 2, is borrow belief until it becomes identity. So you talk a lot about borrowing belief just in general, but what does that actually look like for you in your real life?
Okay, so the first time I remember really doing this income-wise, I did this a lot in the fitness world. And borrowing belief for me meant like not only looking at magazine covers of people in the fitness world and like going and watching them at a fitness competition. I needed to know their background, meaning I needed to find somebody with a similar story who made a major change that maybe was even more work than I would have to do to get that transformation. Mm-hmm. So I had to go borrow their story. I would dig into that. I would find so much proof of people who had done what I want to do, but in even harder situations than me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, if they can do it, why am I any different? So what you need to do when you're borrowing belief is you need to make the people who have done it no different than you. You almost need to like knock them off a pedestal. And I think that's one of the most important things that we can do. And I also think that's when I look for leaders that I really want to follow, I look for people who really show the behind the scenes, because if you don't show that, it's not possible for people. Then the second time is when I first joined network marketing. The girl who was actually my client who ended up losing 100 pounds, I thought, I was training her and I'm like, ooh, go me. But it wasn't just me. It was like all these other things she was doing. But I got to take that journey with her. She was like, trying to get me into network marketing this whole time. I'm like, no. Oh my gosh. Like that's just for, that's sleazy. I don't want to be a part of it. It's like snake oil, which I just taught you about.
I know.
You know what that meant.
I didn't know what snake.
The age gap between us is like 15 years. So I have to teach her about things like snake oil sometimes.
It goes both ways.
It does. And I learned so much from her. So she was like, I want you to be a part of this network marketing company. And I just kept saying no for so long that one day she was like, would you just do me a favor and come to this event with me? Come and see what people are doing. And I was there in the back of the room and I was like, okay, I think this is going to be a big fat hell no for me, but we'll see. And I watched so many women walk across that stage who were making millions of dollars, who had either a story like mine or something way harder. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm already like ahead of the game in where they are. Why would this not be possible for me? You have to go find those people and borrow their belief. Like you literally have to just like go, I'm no different. I can do the same thing.
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. I feel like I've never fully thought about that.
It's why like magazines for years have shared like transformation stories, but I feel like what's so cool now is they share more of it. Like that's one really, there's so many great things about social media, but that's like one really amazing thing is really going, no, this is what it looks like every day. I love creators like that.
Yeah, you get to see like the whole journey.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you protect yourself then from people who accidentally shrink your dreams?
I mean, I think you can fully understand this. Like imagine when you don't even have to imagine, I guarantee this happened, on your fitness journey.
Yeah,
Who did you have to stay away from?
Oh, the people who want to sabotage.
Yeah.
Me.
What were some hard things that you had to do that you maybe couldn't even share with people at the time because they wouldn't understand? Mm-hmm. What were some mental like boundaries you put on that you're like, oh, I actually can't hang out with that person, or I can't see my family for 2 months until I do X? Like, what were some of the hard things that you had to do?
I mean, it depends on the phase, right? Yeah. But and where I was at with myself and what, abilities like I had to withstand like certain things. But I think one big one was I would choose what events I was going to and not going to based on the environment. Was it going to set me up for success or not? Mm-hmm. And also, I think the biggest one was, picking and choosing who am I going to let be in my life right now? Yeah. Because there are people who they just don't want to see you succeed, because if you succeed, it makes them feel bad about themselves. Yeah. It's honestly selfish. And I think once I learned that, it was easier to tolerate those people. Yeah. But it's like, I had to cut them out. At least hard? Temporarily, until I could get to a space where I was like, I actually don't care what you say or do. Yeah. Because I'm like going to live my own path and you can either be with me on it or not.
Nobody talks about that. Oh, people do talk about it, but nobody talks about how hard that time frame is.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like people are usually upset with you, or they think did you get anyone who was like, oh, you're too good for us, or oh, you're on your your skinny journey? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or when I like got to a certain size, there were people who were like, I just don't think you're healthy. And I think, listen, there's a time.
You're like, yes, binge eating and drinking our faces off was so much healthier.
There's a fine line. I have the core girls, like my 2 girls that are in my corner always. And I know that. And so if they're coming to me with concerns, then I'm going to take that more seriously. Yeah. But there's also the people who are just like, I don't know, seems like you're not living your life, or it's just like a guilt kind of a thing. Yeah. And it's just interesting. People's true colors come out. Yeah. When you start to succeed at something that you want.
And it's sometimes like it's not even who they are or what they mean. It's just like, we all have like these shadow sides that it's like, you were holding up mirrors to people.
It's their insecurities coming to light.
It's just when you made a major change, they were comfortable with how you were.
Well, and it also changed their routine.
Right.
Without their permission.
Yep.
Because like I wasn't going to be the person to say yes to going to Taco Bell at 3:00 in the morning on a Saturday anymore.
And you were reliable. You're like, you're my person that I do this with and I love this.
Yeah. And every now and then we still love to go to Taco Bell at 3 in the morning.
What was I was steak quesadilla, extra quesadilla sauce.
Oh, really? I was a chicken quesadilla girl. But
I'm not.
It's okay. At least we're quesadilla girls.
I like it. Yeah.
They have a chicken enchilada burrito that I've thought about for at least a week.
Look,
still,
I like all of it.
Last night, I texted Caitlin about it. I said I would love to go get that.
Look, this is not a Taco Bell ad, but
listen, Taco Bell.
But listen, I know that we're like all about health and fitness, but just saying.
I mean,
just saying, guys, pay us. Okay, here we go. Rule 4.
Rule 4: collapse time with mentors and invest in yourself. Okay, so why do you believe mentorship is the biggest time collapser in business?
Okay, here's the deal. We've said this 100 times, but like, I cannot get this through to people enough. Go pay for someone who's done it before. Yeah. Or you're about to pay a whole lot for your mistakes. Like, go pay a decent chunk for someone who's already made all of them for you, because the mistakes you're about to make are going to be expensive. team is expensive. Time is expensive. It's like going and getting a mentor who can like tell you about your blind spots, who can tell you where to invest, who can tell you what to do in your business. Like it is game changing. Is it gonna make you successful overnight? No, because there is no, I've never, if you don't have a foundation already set up.
Yeah.
It's very different. Sometimes there is businesses that because you have a foundation, you have a team, you have something, you can plug something in and it can go fast. But if you don't have those things, I've never experienced like insanely overnight success where it's like, yeah, you're going to pay for this mentor and in 1 month, you're going to get all of your money back. Now that does happen in our masterminds when people have businesses in place already and team is in place and we turn these dials on their business and all of a sudden they've made all their money back and then some. That happens a lot.
Totally.
But if you don't have a foundation, it's going to take a little bit of time. So when we do say collapse time with mentors, it just depends on where you are, but you are going to collapse time no matter what.
Totally.
With a mentor. Like I have always had mentors, and whether it's paid or now a lot of my mentors are people in my life that I've just now grown the network so much that I have, it's been 15 years, you guys. So it's been 15 years of investing in relationships and in these rooms to the place where I get to call a friend who has sold a company for literally $1 billion and go, hey, could I get some advice on this? Could you take a look at this?
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to abuse that relationship and I'm not going to go crazy with it. But at the same time, you like having people like that in your life are going to drastically change your life in collapse time. So I do think anyone who's in a position right now where maybe you have a bit of a foundation set up, this is where coming into the masterminds is huge.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people understand how when they come into Mentor Collective Mastermind or Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind, which I'll just tell you guys, Mentor Collective is for people 500K and below. So anywhere from 25K to 500K. And it's so fun because Kayleigh works on all of these different things. So she gets to be in these rooms. She gets to see all of this, hear all the questions, know all the people's names, which is so much fun. And then we have our Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind, which is 500K and above. We know a lot of those people are already at 7 figures. If not, we had a couple who were 8 figures last year, which was super fun having them in there.
Yeah, that's the best.
Because a lot of those people are like, okay, let me learn about personal brand. My business is crushing it. But the advice that they would give in the room is like everyone's minds would always be blown, which was so fun. And that's the power of a mastermind, is to be in these rooms where people who are so far, like somebody who has a 800K business is giving incredible personal brand advice to this person who has an 8-figure business.
Yeah.
And they're learning from each other.
Yeah. Because
they're just in they're coming in for different reasons.
Yep.
And so when you're thinking of mentorship, like imagine borrowing the plans and the secrets of somebody who is already so far ahead of you. Or there is no secret right now that the industry is totally changing. Like you've worked in this industry. You came from Amy Porterfield's team in the best way. I'm so grateful for the way that it all happened. And you came over and Amy actually suggested you to me. And I'm like, thank God I literally so you've been in this industry. You've seen it. It is changing. It's completely different.
It's so different.
You need to have people who are all going, okay, but where's it changing to? What's going on? What is working? Like already for the Elite Mastermind, we have someone coming in who's speaking, who is so literally figured out the low ticket course world.
Yeah.
And crushing it within her business. And it's not just about, if you're not doing courses, which by the way, we have so many brick and mortars in there. We have so many different businesses in there, different types of businesses. We have doctors, it's a ton of different businesses. But what's so cool about this person is that they have really figured out funnels, systems, team. And so it has been so incredible learning from her. And I'm so excited that she's going to be coming in. And there's going to be so many different people like that who are going, hey, something's different now. Let's look at what's working. Let's look at what's not working. Yep. How can we adjust this to your business? To be able to get access to ask these people questions, ask Chris and I questions, ask people on our team questions. It's life-changing for your business. Your business will change if you come into one of these masterminds, because Chris and I are psychotic about going where's the pulse? What's going on in the industry right now?
Yeah. No, those masterminds are insane in the best way. Like,
so you get to be a fly on the wall in them. Well,
Literally.
you're not a fly on the wall in there. You're helping people. You're in there. You're listening. You're doing all the things.
I mean, I walk away smarter after every single one. But it's fun to watch everybody interact with each other and with the speakers that you bring in, and you and Chris for exactly what you said. And I think that you have so many different types of businesses in there.
Yeah.
That the knowledge isn't like, it's crazy.
The knowledge is next level. I will say it's so fun for me because I'm always like, Kayleigh, what was your takeaway? Or what did you learn? Or it's like, I can't believe, like, even as the person who gets to run it, how much I get to learn, because it is like 35 people with so much wisdom who are just, and you know how Chris and I run it. Like, would you say that we are some of the most like pull back the curtain?
100%.
Like, if we sucked at something, like, dinner series, let me tell you why that wasn't a good idea. Like, we're so open about it. Like, let me tell you why you should not do an event like this, because here's where we lost money, or here's where it wasn't great. Right. Like, we're not going to go be like, yeah, everything we do is shiny and everything is great. Like, we're going to tell you this failed. This is great. Here's where this is going. Here's where we're getting money from right now.
Yeah.
Like, we want people to win, because that is why people will continue coming back.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was just thinking about one of our last speakers at Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind. I remember like Bedros spoke, and I was just like, what did you think after he spoke? Like,
gosh, he's the best.
Just give me the general feel, like even how you felt after he spoke. It's not even what did you learn. It's like, how did you feel when you're in a room like that?
Okay. Well, I've heard him speak on your podcast and also in that room. And I just love him both times. Every time you feel inspired and energized. I feel like everyone in that room was so energized after he spoke, and they're just like, I think I'm overthinking things. I need to just go and act and start doing these things. You know, I don't know. He's brilliant and he has all this knowledge in the world, but I also think he just brings a very real, honest, so honest.
There's something about that environment though.
I know.
Because in the podcast, he was insanely amazing, but there's something about when you get a founder or like an entrepreneur at that level in a room of entrepreneurs who are like, let's go, tell me the truth.
I know.
It was so raw and so real that I felt like I could run through a wall afterward. And that always happens in this room is because I think it's the environment that you set up to just go, no, these people paid a lot. Let's give it to them straight. Like, they don't want the fluff. They want the real, like, and let me tell you, it got real in there. It was real. The realest. But everybody came out exactly like you said, like, I'm just fucking overthinking it.
They talked about him for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is like what you need to be in. You need to be in rooms where where are those people going to be real with you?
I know. Well, I think you and Chris do that really well in both the masterminds, but also just in the everyday life of like, and I've told you that before, but I think you and Chris are two of like the most real people I've ever met. Like, what you get online is what you get in real life. And I don't think that that's like the norm these days.
Thank you for that.
It's my favorite trait about both of you.
Thank you so much for that.
And you create spaces that feel very safe. So I think in that mastermind group, everyone feels safe. They feel like they can be really real with each other. The speakers can be real. Like, they walk in, 10 minutes before they're going to speak, and they feel safe to share and be real in that moment with everybody that's in there. I don't know. I think it just allows for more vulnerability. And I think that that's where like all of the best growth comes from.
I love that you mentioned that, because that is where, that comes from my personal experience of like, I can't walk into a room and pretend I'm somebody and think I'm going to grow. Yeah. Because when I'm going into a mastermind and I'm like, oh my God, I need to impress people. Yeah. Oh, I need to say like my business is doing X amount. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is crushing it over here. What did I leave with?
I know.
When I went in there, because no, this is like broken. Yeah. Like, this stopped working. Like, I made this much last year. I'm down in sales. Like, people, it's counterintuitive. And so I think what Chris and I have learned is, how do we open up a room that stays really positive,
totally, and
solution based, but is so open to like, where are you really at?
Yeah.
Do not come in here thinking you have to impress people.
Yeah.
You got to say where you're at so we can go, oh, I have someone for that. Oh, you should work with this person. Oh, you need to get on a call with this person. This is how this works. And this is why growth is so hard, is because especially online, you need to put up this face like you're successful so people want to work with you.
Yep.
But then where do you get the help from?
I know. Well, I think that the best part too is like, there's a lot of people in these rooms, but they feel small.
Yeah.
In the best way. And I think you can be intimidated when you walk into rooms like that and not want to raise your hand and not want to say where you're at, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel that. I still feel that.
Sure. But I think that after the first hour in there, people don't care anymore. Like people will ask a question and you can tell that they maybe think like, I don't know if this feels like a dumb question or not.
Yeah.
But then you've got 10 other people who are ready to give you their advice and their perspective and their solution. And then that person literally is like, so glad I asked that question.
Yep.
Like
totally.
I feel so much more clear and so much better about where I'm going.
What's so cool about that for anybody who's curating rooms or masterminds and you're like, how do you do that? It really starts with you. Like Chris and I have to go up there and we have to share something vulnerably. And we have to be like, we actually don't want to see the shiny. Like we already know you're great. That's why you're in this room. Mm-hmm. Now here's where the work starts happening. Yeah. And so I think if you're curating a room, it's really like you gotta just start with vulnerability. Mm-hmm. But there's a really fine line. This is interesting too. There's a fine line with working to facilitate vulnerability without it going into like a full cry fest all the time.
Totally.
It's like you need to facilitate like, where are you at? Okay, I got it. Yeah. We know where you're at. Now let's talk about solutions, you know? And I think it's being able to kind of cut people off when they're going down the spiral. Yeah. So if you're a facilitator, like recognizing when you've got the gist of it, when the room has the gist of it, and now we're going to work on solving.
I can't even remember what you and Chris do. I should know this, but I feel like you guys set up kind of an expectation when someone starts to ask a question. And I think that helps too.
Yeah. What we do is we go, you know, I'm going to have you ask your question directly. Yeah. If you need backstory, we'll ask you. And sometimes people start in the backstory and that's when it can start to get really like vulnerable, obviously. And it's like, okay, we have enough. Like, I feel you. I see you. Yeah. Like a lot of that from the facilitator of I feel you. I see you. I have been there. And then a lot of times I'll say, who else fully understands where her emotion is coming from right now or where his emotion is coming from? And you look around the room and you're like, oh, the whole room has been here. So all of a sudden your nervous system calms down. Totally. And now we can get into the answer. So I think there's so much like facilitation that goes on, but it's not as hard as people think. It's really just like, what does this person need right now?
Yeah. Okay. So kind of with curating rooms, we've been to a lot of networking events lately.
Especially lately.
Yeah. Together, separately. But what do you think are some of the do's and don'ts as you're kind of creating these rooms or going into those rooms?
Okay. This is so fun because you used to put on events. Like you were like college campus event girl. Yeah. Students, parents, like that's something that I love knowing about you. And I see that in you, like how good you are in different rooms. You can really morph into multiple different people, which is why you will always be successful. You can,
thanks.
Yeah, you're so amazing with that. Do's and don'ts of different rooms. It depends on the room, but I do think a lot of people put on. Depends what we're talking about. You and I have been to influencer events. We've been to like girls who want to get girls together and they're like, no, we just really want to like have a lunch. Yeah. And like share vulnerably and support each other. And sometimes we go and they're awesome, but nobody's sharing or supporting.
Right.
We are eating and drinking in the corner
with
by ourselves.
The person you came with. Yep.
Exactly. So I'm like, Kayleigh, I'm so glad you and I are having cocktails together alone in the corner again. And like, yes, we're like mingling and a lot of that is up to us. But I think that a lot of women want to get women together is what I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. Like they want to be doing these dinners and they want to be facilitating. So I would say you do need to learn to facilitate. Yeah. And facilitating feels opposite of like, it sounds super fun before you do it. Yeah. Once you get in the room, there's a lot of resistance.
100%.
I mean, facilitating takes another level of going, I can tell they don't like this. I can tell they don't want to do this at first, and we're going to do it anyway. Yeah. And so I think that if you want to put on a dinner or an event, I think the first expectation of setting up a great event is the invite.
Listen,
we are laughing.
The invite.
We are laughing because we have gotten invites where I go, what the fuck is this?
No, we don't know.
What are we going to do there? Is there going to be food there?
Can't tell you.
What do I wear?
Not sure.
Is there where? I mean, like, it's almost like location is even undisclosed.
Unsure.
Until you say yes. And I'm like, but what am I saying yes to? Is this macrame? Is this networking?
We don't know.
We have no idea. It's
I just tell you the title.
Literally.
And that's about it.
It's like.
And maybe the date and time.
Lunch and friends. What does that mean? And why is that important to me?
Yeah.
So I think that, the topic, the intention, what's the flow, what to wear, how long will this be?
Yep.
Is there a for sure like cutoff? Who will you be meeting? What type of people are going to be there? Like, let people know why
Give
it's
them
worth
some visibility.
Oh my gosh, give me visibility so that I can make a better decision. And so from the invitation on a lot of our invitations, well, on all of our invitations, it'll be like, here's when it starts. Here's the true time that if you're not here, like something will be started and we can't add you to it.
Right.
So please don't be late. Right. Like this is like once this begins, like if it's like networking or dinner, like please do not miss this particular time frame.
Right.
It'll be like facilitated networking from this time to this time. Like maybe then in the paragraph I go on to say, you'll be doing, like manifesting questions with each other and sharing within a group, or it's like really letting them know what you're going to do. So when you go into the facilitation at the event, it's not a surprise. They're not weirded out. They're not like, okay, what kind of weird party did I get invited to? We know what we came for. And I will tell you what do people say after the events that we've done?
No, they say, I'm so glad I knew what I was walking into. I feel like I just met so many amazing people. And
it's like, this is so refreshing. I hear that all the time.
Yeah, that's
like,
the key word, refreshing.
So amazing. Like I actually met people and I actually got like what I was hoping to get out of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, let people know what to expect. And then they can show up to it the most prepared, best version of themselves.
And you guys, this can be so basic. You don't even have to have dinner. You could be like, for 2 hours on a Saturday, I'm going to provide some wine and mocktails.
Yeah.
Guys, go to Costco and get some like cute little appetizers, frozen appetizers.
Yeah.
Like literally 2 or 3 boxes. Invite 4 to 10 people over and be like, hey, this is a facilitated like get together where we start doing this and we support each other on this. We're going to ask each other 3 questions each. Here's how it's going to go. Here's how long it's going to go. Here's where a lot of people go wrong. They don't like actually stick to their end time. So then like people feel weird when they're leaving. It's like, then you don't want to have another one because someone stayed too long. It's kind of like have a wrap up and be like, thank you guys so much for coming. Whether you have an out or whatever that looks like, you don't have to send people home, but you can just be like, hey guys, I know a lot of you, it was from 4 to 6. I know a lot of you have places you want to be. So I just wanted to say like, thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you. We're going to try to host another one in the next couple weeks, like bring a friend, whatever that looks like. You really need to give people an out because
give them their exit.
Those introvert people aren't going to feel like they can just up and leave, and they need to feel like they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, the invite.
So start with the invite. I would say from your perspective, walking into places, let's just say, what would you say is a really good thing to do when we're thinking about even one that we recently went to? Maybe there's some like different activations. There's some different things to do. How would you make sure that people know what's there, like know what to do with the flow? Is there different things that you would do? Like from your perspective, coming as an attendee, what would feel really good to you?
I feel like having a general outline of the event, of the evening, whatever it might be. Like you said, it's like if it's going to be a curated experience from like start to finish, have that in there.
Yep. With what time?
With a timeline, and like stay as close to it as you kind of can. And if it is something that's more casual and there isn't much facilitation there, then maybe you say that also.
Yep.
I feel like we walked into an event recently. It was amazing, but also we were just kind of like, what do we do?
Do we get a drink right now? Is there food?
Is there a start time? Are they going to we were doing an activity, but it was like, are we supposed to just start the activity, or are they going to speak before the activity? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And I guess it depends on different personalities, right? Because you go into those events and sometimes people just dive right in.
I don't think it depends on the personality. I think everybody wants to know. And I think some people are just going to be like.
Well, I think there's people who are just like, well, whatever. I'm just going to do what I want because no one's telling me what to do. There's those people. And then there's the other personality where they're like, I'm just going to wait and see. But both feel awkward.
Yeah, totally.
So I think you're right with that. All personalities need a little bit more clarity.
Yes. I think if you're going to do one, like have one person there at the door who's like, hey, start here.
Yep.
It's like when you come into a program.
Yep.
Start here, then here, then here.
Yeah.
And I also think having somebody who is like, if you're the host, guess what you also are? You are the connector. 100%. So if you're the host, you are hosting. Hey, Kayleigh, come over here. Oh my gosh, Lisa just got here. You guys have to meet. Let me tell you about her.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden someone
huge.
else walks in.
Yeah.
Hey, come over here and do this. So you and I did that. We're like, what's your name? What's going on? Because we don't know anyone and we're going to meet you immediately.
Right.
Like I've never felt like I talked so much in my life because no one else was talking.
I really clung to you for that one. I was like, I'm going to let you take the lead on that.
And it was, these are amazing events.
It was so great.
Like the thing is, would I go to other ones like it? I'm not sure because I want to have more facilitation. I want to know what's going on. I want more people to be forced to conversate because if women are not forced to conversate and they are uncomfortable, majority of them will just go in their little group or people they know, or we watched people be very introverted and leave right away. Like you're going to lose people.
Especially if you know the group of people you invited don't know each other.
Yep.
I think it's different if you host a dinner of 10 people who all know each other already.
Yeah.
Sure, I think there's a little room for some variance there. But like if you're intentionally creating an environment where you're inviting people from different areas, you should probably host.
Yes, totally. And the thing is, most people don't know that. They don't know it. They're just like, okay, if I bring people here, this should work. And sometimes it does.
And
but
that's
then
awesome.
Other times it's like, you know, I find that works when like, okay, you have like somebody with a big name there, or it's like a kind of an it girl thing. Like that'll keep bringing people back for the lure. But if you don't have those factors yet, I didn't have those factors in the beginning. So I had to do a really good event where they're like, I can't miss one.
Yeah.
Because I got so much value and friendship out of it.
Yeah.
And so many questions answered. Yeah. So for anybody who wants to host, like really creating facilitated questions and moments and forcing people to do it. And trust me, when I will do it at my dinners at the house, it's uncomfortable. I'm like, oh God, they're already like having fun. They're in a groove.
I know.
No, because not everyone is having fun.
You're right. It's a perception.
Yeah, it's a yeah, they might be talking, but they're trying to get out of an uncomfortable conversation, or they want to go meet someone else, or they want to do an activity together. So it's like, no, facilitate that group, keep stepping in, keep them busy, keep making them ask each other questions, keep giving them questions to help them get to the answers that they want. So I believe that you just need to take on a next level role of facilitation, and it will change the game. It will change your game this year in your business or whatever you want to create.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you do that really well at your dinners. I think you do that really well at any events you throw. And also you guys do it in the Mastermind.
That's all we do in the Mastermind. Yeah, like we spend weeks and weeks on how do we make sure from the start, from the second they walk in, they're meeting people, the team is greeting them. They're like immediately like, you know, in front of the room saying who they are, and we're making them comfortable with that. Even though they're scared shitless to do it, but it's every single activity is intentional so that they can't hide.
Yeah. Well, and you do it at your dinner, right? Like everyone usually when Lori hosts these dinners will stand up and like share about themselves, their business, whatever the questions are. Every person gets the chance to stand up and do that at the dinner, and you go around the whole table. And every time people walk away and they're like, that was awesome because I was sitting at the complete other end of the table. I didn't get to talk to that person, but now I like just connected with them and they have my number because they are doing X, Y, and Z. And I actually am looking to do whatever it is. Like it feels like one table. Yep. And not like 6 different conversations. Exactly. And I think you do it in the Mastermind too. It's like the groups are always intentionally, like we will change the name tags intentionally. So you're always sitting by somebody different. Yeah. Like all the groups are always different. Like all of it's intentional.
All of it's intentional, and it's a game changer. So that's what, if you guys want to know, I mean, I learned this from my mentors. I learned this from Jack Canfield. I learned this from network marketing. I learned this from people who were like trainers on facilitating rooms who are like, you want the most out of the room? This is what we're going to do. So, I am obsessed with the masterminds. If you guys are looking for a mastermind this year, we do have the Mentor Collective Mastermind, which like I said, is like $25K to $500K. We want you to have like a start of a business in order to go in there.
Yeah.
So that we can actually, like I said, like turn those dials and you have the foundation and we can say, okay, well, we can see where you're doing just a few things wrong. And we could really make a big shift in your business.
Yeah.
So 25K to 500K is Mentor Collective Mastermind. That one's really cool because it's literally like borrowing all of our advisors. So if you have a small team, it's like getting a team.
Mm-hmm.
You have marketing, you have an AI coach, you have a team and leadership coach. If you're like, oh my gosh, how do I hire this person? How do I fire this person? Like, how do I get my team motivated? How do I, train this person in leadership? We have essentially like, that's also like HR, which is so awesome. We have funnels, we have social media, we have podcasting, we have—
It's kind of insane.
Oh, we have legal, which is nuts. We have, it goes on and on. Like literally you have access to our team. So this is really for those businesses who, if you have a small team right now, you really get to borrow a team of advisors who says, this is what you should do here. Oh, you don't have that yet. Why don't you have a mini chat flow set up? Okay, let me take a look at this, your email funnel. Let me look at all of these different things. So, and that one has answers on demand. So you get answers within 24 to 48 hours from the coaches, and it's unlimited questions.
Yeah.
Like, where can you get unlimited questions?
You literally cannot.
Seriously.
And these people are brilliant.
Oh, you get a sales coach, who's amazing, who I learn from all the time. Like, I learn so much in this group.
Yeah.
And Chris and I are coaching in there every other week for 2 hours. And we have never not gotten to a question live, like gotten to talk to you live on there. And then we also have the coaches who teach on the other 2 weeks. So every single week you're getting a new training, a new coaching, questions being answered. There's also so many different videos in there, like video training modules already. That's like a library of things that we direct you towards depending on what your business needs. So that one is freaking awesome. And then we have Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind, which you get to be in that room and it's insane. That one is 2 incredible in-person events, 3.5 days where you are with people, 7 and 8 figure businesses, like next level conversations, next level people. It will blow your mind. That's like the room where your next $1 million like injection into your businesses is waiting for you. Yeah. Like you can't even imagine what's happening in this room and the results that go on in this room. So if you are ready to really impact your business, that one is like, that one's huge. 500K and above. That one is an application process only because we want to make sure that the room is the strategy. So we have to curate it and make sure that your business fits in there, that we can actually help you in your business because we're not going to take you if we can't help you in your business. And that interview is as much for you as it is for us.
Yeah.
So to interview us and see, have we had people in there like you before? What have we been able to do for them? Can we give you referrals of people to know that like this is going to be something that's going to be impactful for your business? So you guys, for either of these, you can literally just click the links below for Mentor Collective or for the Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind, or you can DM us like if you have questions on either of these, because the Elite is a sales call, and then Mentor Collective, also you're just going to want to go and fill out for the waitlist. So you can go check that out. Amazing. So how do you feel on your first podcast?
I feel good.
How was it?
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, we could talk for hours in general.
Could. It's like, you got to get the conversation flowing.
Got to get the conversation flowing, and I got to stay reeled in because I could go.
This is the problem. Is you and I might go fishing a lot.
Yeah.
So
love that.
We'll
love to fish.
All right. Well, you are no longer a podcasting virgin. Was this your very first podcast ever?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
Well, out the window. There it went.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys, I hope that you love this. Let us know. Shoot me a DM if you want us to talk on any particular subject or BTS of what it looks like building Glossy, or questions for you, Kayleigh, being brand coordinator and working in all the different brands, what that looks like. We'd love to answer them. So let us know what you thought of our first episode. If you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't let us know.
Yeah, don't let us know. But if you also have ideas on other reality shows we could start, you can let us know that.
That's great. That's also something that'd be valuable for us.
I think we could.
All the other stuff, we get plenty of feedback. I don't know if we need more.
I only need good feedback.
Oh, it's all we need.
Yeah.
We tell everyone, all feedback is good, but for us, we just want the good feedback. Right, Thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate it. All right, everyone. We will see you on the next episode of BTS. Bye-bye.